online crew. Let's have a chat today about fear. Fear is a shocker. Fear is one of those things that will literally stop you in your tracks and rob you of opportunities. But we all live with fear. We all live with some kind of decision making, opportunities sometimes that we just don't go after what we want. Or maybe you're in a business and you're scared to grow it, or you want to talk to people and you don't. Oh, there's a decision that you need to make and you can't, and it's all revolving around fear. Trust me, I know. I've been through this, just recently. So the trick is, how do we deal with it so it doesn't stop you in your tracks? You need to overcome fear to be able to go after what you want. You really want to reframe fear so it doesn't stop you. Excuse me, where did that come from? Stop you doing what you know you need to do to get to where you want to go. Because most people don't actually achieve what they really, really want in life because of fear. They're too scared. They're too worried about what other people think of them. They're too scared. Like, even who watched yesterday? What's wrong with my mouth? Sorry, I need a drink. Hang on. Sorry about that. Yesterday, if you joined me on my live video yesterday, I talked about live video, and I opened registrations for the live video challenge that I'm doing the week after next, starting on the 6th. Oh, oops, hang on. Sorry, Instagram. This is funny. My phone literally just fell. So if anyone's watching off Instagram, I've got a little phone holder up here, but clearly it wasn't in its cradle properly. So it's moved my computer as well. Hang on. I've got to rescue the phone so we can go live. We're still live on Instagram, but it dropped, and we're still live here. Okay, we all good? Okay, everything all good there? So yesterday I spoke about live video because I'm doing the live video challenge. And do you know what? There's some people, like, how many of you, like, listening on the replay, that you have a fear of live video? And the reason why you just don't go on social media and go live is because you're worried about saying the wrong thing. You're worried about what you might look like. You're worried about the content because you don't know what to say. Like, people are fearful of all those kind of things, so they just don't do it. So I want to help people, overcome that. And that's why I run the video challenges. So just side note, if you want to conquer live video, whether that's on Facebook or Instagram, go to helenmartinonline.com/video. That's all it is, helenmartinonline.com/video, and register for the video challenge so I can help you overcome the fear of live video. That's not what this video is actually about, this one. Just hoping I'm just trying to get my positioning here. But that's the kind of thing I mean. Like, and people say all the time that they don't do live video because they're fearful of what to say, fearful of going fearful of mixing up their words, fearful that they don't look good enough. Like, fear robs us of so many opportunities. If somebody has a fear of flying and they don't fly, they're robbing themselves the opportunity of seeing the world. If somebody has a fear of speaking on stage, you're robbing yourself of the opportunity of, sharing whatever value that you can share on stage and having that experience of impacting others. Like, fear literally stops us achieving great things. Do you agree? Some of you that are building a business online have probably got fears that that are stopping you talking to people you need to, prospecting people, doing social media posts, going live, doing reels, talking in your stories. Like, I bet there's things that right now that you should be doing in your business and you're not doing because you're fearful of something, someone's opinion, something like that. Like, it's crap, really, fear. But have you heard that term, that what fear actually stands for? Fear is, let me get this right. Fear is evidence appearing real. So fear, like, we worry about, like, let's just dissect fear for a second. And I'll get to the purpose of this video is helping you like overcome fear. Like what do you do about it? So I'll get to that in a second. But fear is, if you look for FEAR, is false evidence appearing real. I'm sure you've all heard that before. The funny thing when you really think about fear is thinking about things that haven't even happened yet. Like it's not even real. We worry about something that hasn't even happened yet. It's weird when you really kind of dissect it and look at it, isn't it? Like that we worry so much about something that hasn't even happened yet. That's what fear is. We worry about what somebody's going to think, or what somebody's going to say, or what might happen, or what happen. Like we worry, spend all this time thinking, worrying, all that kind of stuff, and it hasn't even happened yet. Like it's a complete waste of time, fear. But what you also want to understand about fear is, did you know that the actual physical feeling of fear is exactly the same as the physical feeling of excitement? So what do I mean by that? Fear, when you've got a physical response to fear, it makes you feel like a little bit anxious. So does excitement. You might get a weird feeling in your tummy. So does excitement. You might get sweaty palms. So can excitement. Like the actual physical feeling we have from fear is exactly the same physical feelings we get when we're excited. So what's the difference between the two? Unfortunately, our brains. The physical feeling of fear and excitement are exactly the same. So important to understand that. So there's a few things to be aware of. Fear is fear evidence appearing real. So it hasn't even happened yet. Like put that in perspective. What are you worried about? It hasn't even happened yet. You're worried about a conversation. You're worried about somebody's reaction. You're worried about what somebody might think. It hasn't even happened yet. So stop stressing about it and wasting your time. There's that. The second thing to understand is fear and excitement is the same physical feelings in your body. So what's the difference about whether it is fear or whether it's excitement? It's just what's going on up here. Now, physically, you might not be able to control certain emotions. Something happens, something triggers you, and you cry. Have any of you watched a movie before and you triggered and you cry and you just can't hold it back? You get upset about something and you just keep on crying. Something happens and you physically kind of react to it. Sometimes we can't control that, but you can absolutely control. You know that saying, we can't control our circumstances, but we can absolutely control how we react to those circumstances. That is the difference between fear and excitement. It's how you control that when you recognize it. So you can't control sometimes your physical initial reactions to things, but you can absolutely control what goes on in your brain. So you can change fear to excitement really quickly if you're in tune with it. So why do I share videos like this? Because it's so much more in control of your life than you think. What you tell yourself and what you repeat to yourself is your reality. If you keep telling yourself you're going to fail, you fail. If you keep telling yourself life is down and everything's going wrong, then everything will continue to go wrong. If you continue to sit in fear and tell yourself that things are hard, life will be hard. If you can tell yourself, you can recognize, I'm in fear here, like this is not a good thing. I'm feeling these physical feelings. I need to snap myself out of it. And you physically tell your brain to switch gears with your perspective on something, you can literally flip fear to excitement. But you're in the driver's seat. You can control that. You absolutely can. Most people aren't aware of that. This was actually what I was going to talk about on my live video 3 days ago, but I hijacked my own live video to talk about my Facebook, being disabled and getting it back. So this is normally something that I talk about at the beginning of the week to really make you think and set yourself up and get in the right mindset for the rest of the week. But I've just flipped it up because, I talked about my account being disabled earlier week. But this is what I was going to talk to you about earlier in the week. And this is so, so important because you are probably not living the life that you should be living because of fear in different ways. What are you scared of? What are you afraid of? What are you holding you back? What are you holding yourself back from? Are you full of self-doubt? Do you have a lack of belief in yourself? Do you have a lack of confidence in yourself, your abilities? It's all the unknown. And you have a fear of that. So you're stopping yourself being the best version that you can be to get what you want. So you need to be the best version of yourself with the right mindset to, become successful in the industry. If you're in it, in network marketing, social selling, all those kind of things, the company, like, think of all the people in the same company. There's people that do really well and there's people that don't. What's the difference? The person. It's all you. The company's the same, the product's the same, the opportunity's the same, the comp plan's the same, everything's the same. All those variables are the same. Why is somebody successful and someone isn't? Is because they're not in the right mindset to be successful. They don't think like a successful person. They don't act like a successful person. You're not putting enough content out there. You don't carry that vibe that people want to be part of what you're doing. You're not excited enough about what you do. Like, there's lots of different things. And that could come back to a lot of fear. But you can change that. So how do we actually kind of change this physically in the moment when you know you're feeling fear? So first thing is to recognize that fear is just something false that hasn't happened yet. Put that into perspective. Second thing is the physical feeling of fear and excitement, exactly the same. It's just what you tell your brain that'll shift it. So when you recognize yourself that you're in fear, you're not playing out the way you should be playing out your life, you're not going after you want, you're like, woe is me and all that kind of stuff, then you've got some work to do up here. So this is where we reframe our thoughts. This is where the difference is between fear and excitement. It's you and your reframing. So what are you going to reframe? You reframe your language in your head, because your language in your head creates your actions, your words, your reality. So be very careful of what you tell yourself. So what's something that you could reframe? And this is something I'll never forget. I heard this years ago, that Mel Robbins does this all the time. She goes on stage. Don't be fooled that people that are really, really famous don't get nervous every time they stand on stage. So, and Mel Robbins does that as well. And she said every time she goes on stage, she does this reframing thing with her own brain and says, I'm excited. I'm excited to impact these people on stage. I'm excited to share my knowledge with these people. I'm excited to, impact everybody in the room with what I'm going to share today. Like, I'm so excited for this opportunity. She literally reframes the thoughts in her head to change her fear to excitement, and then goes out there and has an amazing experience and loves speaking on stage. So what's the reframe in your head that you need to do when you start to feel fear? So one, listen to the language in your own head. What is the story you're telling yourself? I'm not good enough. I'm not confident enough. I can't do it. Everything's going wrong for me. Like, what are you actually telling yourself? As soon as those thoughts hit your brain, you need to reframe it quickly. And you can do that in seconds. Like, no, thank you, brain, for the fear to pop in, but I'm refusing to accept this. I'm better than this. I deserve more than this. I can be more than this. I'm going to do good. I'm going to pull myself out of this. I'm going to have that conversation. What's the belief? What's the reframe? So I'm excited to speak on stage. I'm excited to get on the plane. I'm excited to grow my business. I'm excited to get out of my funk. I'm excited to take on a new opportunity instead of scared of it. Like, what's your reframing language that you can turn the fear into excitement? And that's up to you. So you can sit in your own thoughts. You can sit in your own misery if you want and stay stuck. But staying stuck is a choice. If you are stuck, you are choosing to be stuck. Life is not happening to you. Life is happening to you. Well, life is happening around you due to the way that you actually think. The people that are more successful than you, they think differently. They don't give up. They go after what they want. They tell themselves they can do it. And sometimes it takes hard work to reframe your thoughts because you've been stuck in something for so long. And you tell yourself, oh, it's hard. Well, as long as you tell yourself it's hard, it's hard. You've got to start small. You can't reframe your life with telling yourself something positive 1 or 2 days in a row. It's not going to stick. You have to write, and this is why people, they journal and they write things out every day, or they have sticky notes in their bathroom mirror because they're putting in their face the reframe, whatever it is. I'm excited to take on a new opportunity. I'm excited to get out of my comfort zone. I'm excited to create amazing content. I'm excited to whatever is relevant to you. You have to say that over and over and over and over again for it to become your normal. It's the same as what I always come back to with exercise. Like, you can't get fit and build muscle unless you lift weights or you exercise every single day, annoyingly so. You can't lose weight unless you eat healthy over and over and over and over again. If you eat chocolate every single day and you're wondering why you're not losing weight, your business is the same. Your life is the same. The little words that you tell yourself. So as soon as you feel something like fear and it pops into your head, there's a few things, and some of you will know I say this all the time, or something's not going right. The first thing you should be saying to yourself is, what do I need to learn from this? So if you're down and out, you're not kicking goals, you feel like life is against you, the first question you should be asking yourself is, what do I need to learn from this? Because shit's going to happen. Sorry, shit is going to happen always in your life. Things are going to happen in your environment that you can't control. Physical feelings are going to happen, like fear, that are beyond your control in the moment. But how you deal with it is totally up to you. So are you going to allow that to take over and not get to where you want to go? Or are you going to let fear, which is something that hasn't even happened yet, rule you and get stuck in these physical feelings of, the tummy and the heart rate and all those kind of things? Like, again, they're the same physical feelings. It's what you tell yourself as to whether it's fear or excitement. So you need to tap into what's happening up here, probably a lot more than what you already are. If you want to make changes, if you like, in your life, if you want to be a better version of you, if you want to get more out of life, be better at your business, be braver, be more confident. People will be attracted to people that are confident and know what they're about and know where they're going, even if you don't have any success yet, mind you. Okay, I'll always come back to the story of Jessie Lee, rest her soul. She was not somebody to follow in the beginning, but she had a vision. She knew where she was going, and she just kept sharing it. It's like, I know what I need to do. I know where I'm going. Come on for the ride or get out of my way. And that was the confidence that people were attracted to. And, I think she was, don't quote me on it, but I think she was the #1 income earner in network marketing ever, or something like that, before she passed, something like that. Is this making sense to you guys? Like, sorry, I haven't even been sort of looking at the comments here. Yeah. Yes, me. Like, let me know, does this make sense? Just put, yes in the comments. Is any of this kind of, getting through to you as to maybe how you need to reframe your mindset from fear to opportunity, to the physical feeling of fear, to the physical feeling of excitement, to getting out of your own way, to not give in to fear, which is just things that you think are going to happen that haven't even happened yet? Like, just when we truly dissect the concept of fear, it's weird. It's something that we're worried about that hasn't even happened yet. And we literally stop ourselves in our tracks for that. Like, that's just stupid at the end of the day, isn't it? The way we hold ourselves back, and no one else is going to pay your bills. You got to go after what you want. You've got to go and make it happen. No one's coming to rescue you. So learning how to deal with fear in the way that I've just said, like, it's really something that you need to exercise and get stronger at to set yourself up for success, instead of bringing yourself down all the time. Okay? Cherie, I don't want fear to rule me. I have to refocus, be more positive and grateful, even when bad things happen. Absolutely. It's, bad things are going to happen to everybody. But how we deal with it and how quickly we pick ourselves up and move on is completely up to you. So if you stay stuck and you're in victim mode, then you're the only one to blame for that. Because, we create our own destiny. And I don't mean to seem harsh in any of that. Like, there's people going through some tough stuff out there. That you can either sit in the tough stuff or you can pull yourself out of it and do something about it and start working towards being the person that will attract other people to you to build the business that you want and get what you want out of life. It's your life right now in this moment is a result of everything you've done up until this point and the way that you currently think. So if that is not where you want to be, then you need to be very, very aware of the stuff that you tell yourself every single day. And when you're actually in tune with it, you'll be surprised at how awful you might be to yourself or how you put yourself down. So talk to yourself like you would talk to a friend. If a friend came to you with a problem, you would probably talk them out of it. You'd talk them off the ledge, off the cliff. You would give them some great advice. Maybe look in the mirror and give yourself some advice when you're telling yourself you're not good enough, when you're telling yourself you're stuck, when you're telling yourself everything's going wrong, when you're telling yourself, I'm too scared to do that. That's just fear. Get over yourself. Okay, the more scary it is, the better the rewards come, I believe. And I do believe everything happens for a reason, and life is not a bed of roses. There is bad stuff that's going to happen to all of us and hard life stuff that's going to happen to all of us. It's how we deal with it and how resilient we are with it that's going to make the difference of the outcomes. Okay? So I hope you're kind of getting something, from this, that it can just make you think of, how to reframe up here, because the physical feelings are always going to be there. But this reframing of fear to excitement is something you can absolutely achieve. It's totally up to you. You're in more control than you think you are if you're stuck in something. Okay. So, as I said, I was meant to talk about this 3 days ago. But I did share with you about my account being disabled, and thankfully it's come back and I'm able to be live with you. Yesterday, just a reminder, I did launch the 5-day video challenge. It's only 5 days. If you need to get more confidence on live video, build your engagement, help your algorithm, on social media, come and join us on the on the video challenge. We start on the 16th of September. There's plenty of time. Help others, be more confident on social media to do the live challenge. So if you just go to helenmartinonline.com/video, I've got you covered with the technical videos, and I've got you covered with the content. So it's really easy for somebody to go, I'm taking part in a video challenge, and the content today is because I'm giving you the topic. So it's just a really easy way to start going live in a challenge like that. And when you all support each other, you all give each other more engagement, which drives your algorithm. Like, it's just a really smart thing to do. I haven't done a video challenge for over a year. I used to run them 3 or 4 times a year, every year since 2018. I know how impactful they can be. So don't miss this opportunity. It's only 5 days. I'm being very kind to you by, it only being 5 days. The other thing, before I go, I just want to share with you, I did mention it earlier in the week, my VIP mentorship program only opens twice a year. It's open this month for intake on the 1st of October to work with me closely for 6 months. If you need accountability, I'm talking weekly accountability. You need the direction, you need the mentorship, you need the calls, you want your work reviewed, you need guidance, you need that closer type mentorship with what's going on for you in your business. It may be something that you need. So just reach out to me personally or drop the words VIP and I will send you the information that you can consider. So for some of you, that's not going to be, you're not ready for that. For others of you, it's exactly what you need to actually, get serious about your business and get some movement. So yeah, reach out to me if you need that information about my VIP program, because I only open it twice a year and I only take 10 people. So it's very limited. Okay. This is my last live video of the week. So I will look forward to seeing you next week, everybody. Have an amazing weekend. Please have a deep think about what I've shared with you today and how you can implement that in your world so you can actually achieve everything that you want to achieve in your life. Okay? See you next week. Bye.